Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Complete Sets. Today we are looking at one of the Nightmare sets, which is Cow King's Leathers. So Cow King's Leathers is composed of three pieces. We have the Cow King's Horns, War Hat, the Cow King's Hide, and the Cow King's Hooves. Now, something very interesting that you'll see right off the bat here is that Cow King's Hide is a studded leather armor. Cow King's boots are heavy boots. Those are normal items. But the hat, Cow King's Horns, is a war hat. So very odd that they would choose to mix a Nightmare and a normal set of items. You would think that the Cow King's Hide would be a trellised armor, for instance. Or you think that the heavy boots would be the Nightmare version of the heavy boots, but they're not. It's very interesting because it's kind of like a mid to low level set. As you can see, it's only level 18 on some of the pieces, 13 on the heavy boots, 18 on the armor, and 25 on the war hat. So very interesting there. We also have some interesting effects on the Cow King's set. So let's start out by reading off the stats of the items. So Cow King's Horns, war hat, defense 128, 75 defense, half freeze duration, and of course you can put a socket in it. Not the greatest hat in the world. Cow King's Hooves, heavy boots, 40 defense, 30% faster run walk, 25 to 35 fire damage, 35 defense, plus 20 to dexterity, and 25% chance of better magic items. So interesting there. Not the worst boots I've ever seen. And then Cow King's Hide, studded leather, 56 defense, pretty awful defense for level 18, 18% chance to cast level 5 chain lightning on striking. Kind of a low level chain lightning there. 60% enhanced defense, and all resistances 18. So not the greatest sets, just from a individual piece viewpoint. So very interesting there. And even the partial set bonus is only 25%. So again, not really the greatest set. But let's take a look at the full complete set bonus, as we like to call this. This is complete sets. So we have a 25% chance to cast level 5 Static Field when struck. Static Field is an amazing sorceress spell, and level 5 Static Field has a range of 6 yards, so not terrible. 6 yards is going to hit everything around you in a circle. Definitely, at least it will hit the monster that struck you, and probably a couple other monsters nearby. Static Field is an effect, if you don't know, that a spell, essentially, that is cast by sorceresses, and the spell deals 25% damage to any monster that is nearby to their current hit point pool. If it is a named or a super unique monster like Diablo or Bishy-Bosh or something like that, it deals 12.5% damage to their current hit point pool. And if it is a PvP, a player, it deals 10%. So very interesting here that we have a 25% chance to cast level 5 Static Field when struck, which means when a monster comes up to you and hits you, you literally have a 25% chance to deal 25% of their current HP in damage to everything nearby. And that is pretty amazing. It's basically an AoE crushing blow, if you know what crushing blow is. And then let's move on. So we have 30% increased attack speed, very, very nice. Plus 22 strength, very, very nice. 100 to maximum stamina, it's kind of a meh. 25% poison resist, which I'll take it. 100% extra gold for monsters, and 100% better chance of magic items. Which means that the set has a total of 125% better magic find. So very, very nice early low-level magic find set. 125% would definitely be enough to overcome a helmet. Not really quite sure about the body armor piece, and magic find boots are actually kind of difficult to come by very early on in the game, like around level 13. So I could certainly see using the Cow King's Hooves and maybe even the full set just so you can grab that 125% magic find very, very early on anyway. Once you get to a higher level, you're probably going to put on some much better equipment as far as magic find is concerned. But as a melee character, this set is actually quite attractive, and I'm going to tell you why. So we have 30% IAS, which is just beautiful for any melee or ranged character. We have the the 20 to strength, which will help us put on equipment. We have 25% chance to cast level 5 static field, which is just amazing for a melee character. Not so much a ranged character, but a melee character. This is going to tremendously affect how quickly you kill monsters. So if you're in the middle of a group of monsters and the monsters are wailing on you, and you're triggering this level 5 static field over and over again, there's a very good chance that pretty much all the monsters nearby are going to be very, very low on health by the time you reach over with your Zeal Paladin sword or your Barbarian Whirlwind or whatever to kill them. And this is going to make killing them a lot easier. We also have some very interesting effects there on the boots. So we've got 30% faster run walk, which is very nice to have on boots. 25 to 35 fire damage, which I really like. 20 to dexterity. So we have 20 to strength and 20 to dexterity, which again is very nice for low-level characters, so you don't have to plink those points into those stats. And overall, the strength and dex requirements on this set are extremely low. So we have 18 strength on the boots, 27 strength on the armor, and 20 strength on the helmet. So just a very low, easy to wear set just in general. We also have all resistances 18 on the armor, half freeze duration. I mean, all in all, if we take a look at this set, as a 3-piece set that you can throw on a low-level melee character, it's a great 3-piece set to throw on a low-level melee character. And maybe you just want to throw this on a character for Magic Find, 125% extra Magic Find? Sure, and then you can even socket the hat, and you can add a little bit more Magic Finds. So what would we throw in the hat? A Perfect Topaz? A Perfect Topazes are what, 24%? So we're looking at 159, or 149%? So 149% Magic Find from 3 pieces. With a max level of, or minimum level of 25. So you can't put on the full set until you hit 25, which is unfortunate. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend using the armor before you get the full set, because the armor kind of sucks. I mean, if you don't have anything better, all resistances 18 could certainly be helpful, but the defense is very low, and I just don't know about that. But the boots are very, very good. If you find the Cow King's boots, I would definitely hold on to those and put those on just about any character. Melee character, 25 to 35 fire damage is a lot for a low-level character. As you can see, I'm 6 to 21 with a starter sword. Of course, I gave myself 200 strength here. Let's just go to punching. How about that? We got 3 to 6 punching damage, right? So I put on my Cow King's boots, and I've got 28 to 41 damage now, because I can go out and I can just punch things. And of course, let's go take a look at this static field too. I'm not sure if anything can actually hit me though. Average chance a Qlvl route will hit you 5%. Oh no, still 5%. It's because of all the extra dexterity I gave myself. So don't let it pass you by that dexterity does in fact increase your defense, and it also increases your block percentage. Whoa. Let's just find a nice little group. Oh, I didn't mean to punch you, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There you go. There's the static field. And as you can see, they took a fairly nice little bit of damage there. So if you take a look at their HP, this Fallen has full HP. Of course, it's gonna take a minute for one of them to actually hit us and trigger the effect. I guess theoretically, this wouldn't be very helpful if you don't get hit very often. So there you go. We had the effect trigger. So now we've got another 25% off the max HP of all the targets. And then it's going to keep going like that. So, if you're in a battle with people that actually can deal damage to you, it's going to trigger often at 25%. And it's going to keep triggering. So you're going to keep getting that 25%, all the time, which is just very, very useful for a melee character. And the reason why I say melee character is because I don't feel like any other character is going to be close enough to the targets to actually be able to take advantage of that static field, because static field does have a rather small radius. Even though it is level 5, or sorry, what was it? Level 5 static field. Level 5 static field is still very, very low. 6-yard radius is enough for a melee character to hit everything that's surrounding him, but it is not enough for a ranged character to hit pretty much anything. I'm assuming that if a ranged character is in range to be hit, that it might trigger, but how useful really would it be for a ranged character or a spellcaster to have an effect that barely, if ever, triggers? So when you think about Cow King's set, definitely think about a paladin or a druid, like a werewolf or a bear druid or something, or a character that's going to be in the thick of it. It's going to be getting hit. It's going to be getting beat up, and you're going to have this 25% chance to cast level 5 static field over and over again, because it's essentially like a free AOE crushing blow, and that makes it very, very valuable. As always, if you're interested in finding this set, I do have a link in the description down below to help you find it. It's my Magic Find video. And my Magic Find video goes over just about everything that you need to know about, where to find these items, where they don't drop, where they do drop, what the best places to farm are, and so forth and so on. Now, of course, this particular set, it has always been quite an interesting one because people have wondered why it didn't turn them into a cow. There is another set in the game, which we will go over later. It's called Trangools, and Trangools actually turns you into a ghoul when you complete the set. So a lot of people thought it would be pretty funny if the Cow King set also turns you into a cow, which I could go along with. It's not exactly the most visually striking set out there, as it has the ugly war hat, the studded leather armor, and just the regular heavy boots. As always, thank you for watching, and keep watching.
He's a little booty, right? That's a cute little booty.